The front-line positions of the 5th Corps of the Bosnian Army, an army which claims to represent all the peoples of Bosnia, but which is in reality defending the 90% Muslim population of the Bihać enclave. The Bosnian Serb forces are dug in just a few hundred feet away among a group of huts. The Muslim fighters have to run past exposed parts of the front line where they're within the sights of the Serbian snipers. In a dugout, we encounter 2 French soldiers monitoring what's supposed to be a ceasefire. Just then, NATO jets fly over. But they have little effect on the ground. A group of Red Cross trucks transporting aid between Muslim and Serb sectors are caught in the exchange. The French UN Protection Force soldiers could only sit and watch.
Actuellement, la position, ils sont figés.
He says at the moment the positions are frozen, but as we saw, neither the NATO planes nor the 1,300-strong French UN contingent can keep the peace around the enclave. The Muslim soldiers in these hills have been holding back the Serbs for the past 10 months. All they have at their disposal are rifles and handguns, mostly dating from the Second World War, many of them captured from the enemy. Edo Durakovic is the local commander. He used to serve in the Yugoslav army and personally knows most of the Serbian officers he now has to fight.
You can imagine how hard it is. With many losses, we are sacrificing our fighters to capture weapons from the Serbs to protect ourselves.
Are you angry with America and Britain and France for not helping you more?
Yes, we are, particularly in recent weeks, after this complete turnaround in policy towards Bosnia, this policy which didn't help us. They promised us first the recognition of Bosnia-Herzegovina, and after that they promised that they would protect us as a small republic.
Below, the village of Golubic is now a dead no-man's land. At the height of the fighting last winter, it was pummeled with 200 shells a day. Whatever their official line may be, the Muslims are now quite clearly following a very calculated twin-track policy. They've learned that from the Serbs and the Croats. While the Muslim politicians continue to talk to the United Nations about the safe areas policy, their armies stake out and capture the territory which they think should be theirs, Van's own map or not. And now it doesn't seem to matter whether it's the Serbs or the Croats who stand in their way. In Bihać, the Bosnian and Croatian flags fly together over the office of the local HVO, the Bosnian Croat force. At the moment, Muslims and Croats fight side by side here, but after the events of Travnik, it's hard to say how long that alliance will last. The 300,000 inhabitants of the Bihać enclave, who include refugees, live the aimless, artificial lives of a people under siege, expecting fighting to resume at any moment. A quirk of history placed an almost purely Muslim community in the middle of a Serbian region. The only link Bihać has with the outside world is provided by UN convoys. People here will only support the safe areas policy if it guarantees them a corridor with the outside world. The UN commander, General Morion, has been visiting Bihać, anxious to dispel local fears about the policy.
It has been misunderstood, totally misunderstood. It has been taken as an abandon of the Vancouver peace plan, and now the fact are some more clarity has been given by the last resolution. It's only an expedient in order to consolidate the ceasefire on the ground and to give the necessary time for the total implementation of the Vancouver peace plan.
General, you made a very clear stand 2 months ago at Srebrenica. Do you think the rest of the world has taken up your call?
I am not happy with what is at the present time in Srebrenica. The intention is to extend this safe area in order to help the the refugees to go back in their villages.
But for the moment, all industry in the Bihać enclave is at a standstill, and the only activity which continues as normal is farming. The Muslims are afraid the safe areas will lock them into backward settlements. The UN still has to prove it can give them reason to hope for more. Gabby Rado, Channel 4 News, Bihać.